No bond for a Claremont County man accused of murdering his 3 young sons.
County neighborhood still trying to come to grips with the unthinkable after 3 little boys were killed. They were just 3, 4, and 7 years old. Their own father is accused of executing them.
Stand up! Stand up now! Stand up! Stand the fuck up! Get your hands up.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Cheryl and this is True Crime and Other Stuff. Thanks for being here, where I like to bring you the facts about true crime, the missing, current events, or anything I find interesting or important. Today we're talking about Chad Doerman, a 32-year-old Claremont County, Ohio man who shot and killed all 3 of his sons right before Father's Day. On June 15th, 3 days before Father's Day, Chad Doerman took his 3 little boys and shot and killed them. The 4-year-old was first when Chad shot him in the head inside the house. The 7-year-old tried to run and was gunned down and brought back to the house. And then he grabbed the 3-year-old from his mother and shot him in the head. He had shot the mother in the hand, and the stepdaughter runs away shouting, "He's killing my family." Chad Doerman admitted to law enforcement that he did this, and he had planned it for months. But then he was in court trying to cry and pled not guilty. I don't know what would make someone do this. Mental health issues? Maybe. But come on, get help, please. No problem is a good reason to do this.
State of Ohio versus Chad C. Doerman. Are you Mr. Doerman?
Yes, sir.
Aside from answering a few yes or no questions, 32-year-old Chad Doerman remained fairly quiet during today's arraignment. Doerman faces 21 charges, including 9 counts of aggravated murder.
What we have here is the planned slaughter of 3 little boys, ages 7, 4, and 3.
Doerman is accused of murdering his 3 sons, 7-year-old Clayton, 4-year-old Hunter, and 3-year-old Chase, last week at their Monroe Township home.
The first one shot was the 4-year-old, shot in the house 2 times. The second child shot was a 7-year-old who fled the residence, ran some 300 feet from the residence, and was gunned down from behind by the defendant.
Prosecutors say Doerman then went after Chase, the youngest.
And there was a struggle with the mother. He ripped the child from the mother's arms.
Prosecutor Mark DeColvey is seeking the death penalty for what he called an incomprehensible act of horror.
And my goal is to have this man executed for slaughtering these 3 little boys.
In addition to prosecuting this case, DeColvey said also just as important, protecting the Doerman boys' family, their mother and sister, who survived the violence.
And my hope and wish and prayer is that someday they will be able to find peace.
Can you tell how many people have been shot?
I think 2 children.
Okay. All right. What was
that I've seen?
There's a girl running down the street saying that her stepfather is killing everyone in her family.
And what did the female say to you?
And she says that her stepfather is killing everybody in her house. I did. I'm on the phone with them right now.
Did she say how or what was happening?
I asked her to get in the car with me, and she said she couldn't leave her family.
Oh my gosh. 32-year-old Chad Doerman admitted to the slayings and will be in court next week for his preliminary hearing. Prosecutors say the Doerman planned out the execution-style murders of his 3, 4, and 7-year-old sons for months.
This was the man that every day they woke up looking to for protection, love, guidance in all things. Man they trust more than any other person on earth. Person they rely upon to keep them safe from harm. He was their world, he was their guardian, and he executed them in cold blood. We know that from his admission. By that same admission, Judge, he has committed one of the most monstrous, craven, cowardly acts it will ever be our misfortune to see. To make things even more disturbing, Judge, this was no haphazard act. Again, by his own admission, he planned the events of this day.
Richard Kincannon tells me Chad Doerman had a temper. He told me he witnessed him often treating his wife and kids poorly.
You felt like he was just angry, generally speaking.
He was every day. I heard him. There wasn't a day he didn't yell at his wife and kids out there.
What would he yell?
All kinds of shit. He was just angry, yelling at her all the time, treating her like.
Police arrested Doerman after he allegedly shot his wife in the hand, then systematically killed each of his young sons. Their dead bodies laid in the yard.
So when you look at that house now, what do you see?
You honestly want to know?
Yeah, I do.
I still see the babies sitting in the yard, laying in the yard. One was right there by the tree, right by the road, not even 20 feet from the road right there. This is where that dude laid him. Laid the one up there right beside that silver truck to the left of the tire, about 5 foot. That's all I see every time I come out here. That's why I try to look at that, focus on that.
A tent now covers a memorial of candles, cars, and cuddle toys. Kincannon tells me he's struggled to eat or sleep since the murders. He watched Chad Doerman cry at his arraignment and had no compassion for him whatsoever.
He knew what he was doing. He planned it. It was premeditated. He shouldn't have a bond. He should never see daylight again, ever in his life. And I think they should execute him the same way he did his sons, is the way he needs to go out.
Stand up! Stand up! Stand up now! Stand up! Stand the fuck up! Get your hands out of here. Tell them we're 21. It's in the air.
Those guys can confirm that there's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter who's not complying. They need to take care of the victims. They have to shoot him and shoot him.
Man, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm completely sober. Never did drugs.
63, we're 21. Get the EMS over here.
Well, I did drugs when I was little, but I don't do drugs now. I'm sober. I'm not trying to fight you.
63.
Get your butt inside. Gatlin, get your butt inside.
We on primary?
Now.
29, we got 3 kids down.
3 kids down, 16 down.
Gatlin.
63, we're 21. Have EMS respond over here.
You're clear, they're being advised.
Robert 34, just started mass casualty response.
63, do you want them to respond to the Laurel Lindale address? Where exactly do you need them?
We're right in the front yard. What are you doing, man?
Hey, are you copying all this?
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him. All right. He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna get you here in a second.
I ain't running away. You can do whatever you want with me.
Here. You the only one else inside the house?
What?
You the only one else inside the house?
Yeah.
Sit down right here.
My daughter, she ran over to the fire department.
Sit down.
It's my stepdaughter.
Put him in the cage.
This is Will. This is Will.
They're all being advised they've requested 2 additional medics. There's also air crews flying, but they need an LV. The medic copy. Yes.
Can you get the wallet out of my back pocket? Shut up, dude. You had to ride the main side with the fucking use it. Yes, sir.
Take the call, I'm not starting around. I'm almost there. Yeah, 90 is where Chief and Captain's away.